NiP. It's Forest to kick things open with that double USP headshot there. There you can see Pronax is at the helm of this team, though. That's a classic Pronax call. Mid-round, they've got opportunity to go towards B. It's obviously against what the idea they initially had there, but he gets towards bank, towards CD spawn. They get that bomb down, but Get Right steps up and finds 3 kills overall. So nice work from him. It's actually a force buy here on the second round. We'll see what they bring to the table, as they have got the upgraded pistols, a UMP with that bomb plant as well. They've got expendable utility, smokes, flashbangs. It's a risky call, but sometimes it does work out. CD team's not necessarily expecting this as well. You're hoping they went for a majority SMG buy, but unfortunately for Godsent, NiP with the 3 rifles and 2 SMGs here. So not trying to give away too much too soon. It's going to be a B-side and execute. Molotovs come in with the flashbangs as well.
Yeah, flashbang that catches them out significantly. Molotov well-timed. Get Right waiting. Here's bomb go down. Can't see it in the smoke. Needs to land this spray transfer. And okay, Exist. He'll close out on JW as Get Right falls away. But they've lost some numbers in this. They've lost HP on Get Right. They've lost existence, his entirety. His existence. We'll have to wait until the next round. As Crims is going to try and defend from the doorway. Squeaky with that Tech 9. He's brought Schneider over on the UMP to help him do so. Should we just call Schneider Versace now, Henry, as Michael Lele gets 2 with the MP9? I've seen people leave the New Era stickers on their hats, but leaving a sticker on your lenses is next level.
Maybe it's the design of the glasses, I'm not sure, but to me that looked like the retail sticker they leave on there to show you what brand the glasses are. But, you know, each their own. Maybe that's the thing we're not aware of, these kids these days.
It's going to be balling out of control.
Yeah, you know, well, it's going to be a nice round from NiP there. So Get Right defending the B execution. Actually, very decent utility usage from the CT set, dropping the incendiary at the perfect time. It just completely stifled the terrorists as they're coming to that B site. Couldn't actually get in as quickly as they'd have liked. And Get Right reacting, finds 1 kill, gets a headshot on the second as well. Patient play on the retake. Michael Eddy finishing things off with the MP9. It's going to be another eco here for Godsent, considering they got the bomb down in that previous round as well. They'll be okay for the first gun round. But like I said, considering Michael's here, there's no coach. This Exists calling again, presumably. We'll see whether Magic can come back in. A looser playstyle going to have to be deployed.
And to be fair, a lot of us were skeptical. I reiterate, I was more skeptical about Valve's late decision in doing this, but skeptical about the coaches going out in general and hard on it. In truth, they can still set strats together, and Exist can carry over, maybe not even his old experience from in-game leading, as Forrest will take down Pronax, no deagle shot going in reverse, but it means that he can implement threat. Like, they work together enough. He knows threat style of calling. He can just use the same style as long as he understands the reasons behind him making those calls.
Threat was the innovator for the team, right? He's bringing these new ideas. So he can still do that, but with the coach role for sure. And Exist, he's no stranger to being the in-game leader, and that's probably an amazing thing. He's still in the lineup, and he can actually still take over that role, and we know he's capable. Although they did have the slump, and that was why Threat was brought in, but I still think he could be an influential part of the team. It's an interesting note.
And like I say, like that same style, Exist doesn't need to fall back on the old style of NiP all of a sudden just because Threat's not there. He can still use that same system.
Yeah.
They know it.
I just think for this event, they probably have to be a little bit looser, right? They can't have all 7
with Michael here, yeah, no, you're dead right. Freiburg, he'll slow them down. That's another man that we mentioned. I'd like to see his LAN performance increase as well, because in ESL Pro League, he's been a little bit more old school Freiburg lately. He's been getting a number of multi-kills and shutting down sites with styles. So obviously they're anti-eco, not anything really to write home about, but just to mention, I think Freiburg's had a bit of form as of late. And there you go. Yeah, there he is, Versace.
Versace, yeah, what is that? Anyway, it's going to be, Freiburg's been great online recently. He's actually seemed like he's revitalized for sure, but we have the first gun round coming into this one. 5 AKs, a 4 Godsent. Aggressive play from Forrest, so loves these sneaky plays to kick things off. And actually will be pushing towards playground as well. Can't find anything at all, so actually going to be quite obvious it's going to be a B-side attack here with Michael Eddy on the AWP. Interesting, he's taking that roll up. I actually talked to him yesterday. He said it was going to be Forrest primarily taking that role, but seems like he's having a go on overpass here. Another boost for Get Right, just trying to find this first pick towards the connector door there.
Smokes over onto the B site, elevated onto the planks. There's an NiP though to try and see above this. Forrest. He's going to rotate in behind them. This is so fast. He's got to get that spray control underway though. He's got them so lined up. He's got them so damaged, but Pronax gets the shot in return, and no one counter peeks from the other side of Monster to pincer them into what is a very funneled position. However, Freiburg, he'll step back up, and it's 2 kills on the spray down behind the pillar. It's a third as well as Schneider walks into the same thing. Freiburg's got 4. We just mentioned it. Welcome to the gun round. Welcome to Freiburg's hell inside of the B site as he's got a lockdown, and it's Krim's left for the ace. Freiburg. Oh, no. We haven't seen one in a while, but Get Right's there. Either way, great round from him.
Absolutely. Forrest, you feel like that's his kind of bread and butter behind players. The spray master coming in, you think he'd take at least 2 kills there. He does a ton of damage there and kind of alley-oops Freiburg there to finish things off with the spray. And he gets 4 kills. I'd have loved to have seen a Freiburg ace. I would have paid a lot of money to see that, but it doesn't happen. Still, though, a decent round. It was a pretty clear telegraphed round from Godsent, you have to say, Matt. The fact they had no presence towards middle whatsoever, straight off the execution, which can be fine on the T side of overpass, but the fact is you need to be very quick of it. You can't allow the CTs to push all the way into middle, have that kind of presence to get behind you like that. That's a problem.
And to be fair, Forrest not getting those kills, look how much it hindered their ability to execute on the site. They all stopped inside that monster tunnel. The information's relayed.
That's why they have to act a lot faster than that. The executes are fine, but you just need to be going in very quickly. It's going to be 4-0 in favor of the Ninjas here. Godsent on another Deagle by Pronax on the PT50. Haven't seen an AWP in the hands of Godsent at all yet, but we'll see whether that comes into the next gun round. It's going to be max loss bonus for them. Michael kick things up, as I said before. Interesting, he will be taking that AWP role here. That's what he said he wants to do, and his team's going forward after he left phase. He said he wants to be an AWPer again, and it seems like he's hitting shots so far. Gets 2, but taken down by the PT50 of Pronax.
Straightforward round again for NiP. It's going to be 5-0. So first pistol, first gun. Now, Godsent, can you bring to the table on overpass? You mentioned it, NiP don't really play this map too often, but yet looking fairly proficient so far.
Well, yeah, Godsent has been a little bit lackluster. That first gun round definitely had his flaws, but guns will be back in their favor. 5 acres once again, they have got the full utility, so full buy for both sides. Get right in the smoke towards monster tunnel there.
Looked like I was going high for a second. He's a pro. He knows what he's doing.
This is more of a default round now for Godsent. It's working out where the presence is with that AWP. Michael not going to be towards long this time. This is good for Godsent. Getting control of long and then the bathrooms area as well. That's great real estate gathered.
Get right. That's actually going to be the one to peek out long first. No, they're going to go for the park bench boost. Park sign boost. So this will put Michael back over toward the window with 2 M4s ready to set a crossfire inside of A.
The problem is right now, there's a full execution potential there as well. Forrest has got a lot of pressure to find at least 1 kill as he drops off that sign. When the smokes land and the Molotovs come in as well, they'll be in front of them for sure, but he needs to be finding a kill as they show themselves.
And Get Right nor Forrest, who's rotated over? It's going to be Michael. Okay, he's got a smoke. I was going to say neither of them have a smoke so that if they get overwhelmed, they can smoke behind them at long and escape toward bank stairs, because that leaves them very open from that position. But Michael coming around to help support. His smoke's gone out early, and it's gone toward bathrooms with effectively no cause. He's just trying to open up his angle, cover himself slightly more from the left so he can see it along, but it doesn't give the escape plan still. They've got to hit shots. Over at B, meanwhile. He said the execution potential was on to A. There's 27 seconds. It's long rotation. This is going to go B.
This is a really weird call. They've got no presence at B whatsoever. They've run out of utility now as well. 20 seconds remaining still to make their play onto the site. It's going to have to be all guns blazing and a perfect incendiary from Freiburg as well. This should be good for NiP.
Well timed. They've got to go through it, but Freiburg gets caught from Flusha at Monster. Didn't know that he was waiting that far out. He expected them all to be rotating over from the A site, and Flusha, he'll trade on Exist. They found the kills. Guns blazing. You said 4 seconds. Bomb. It just barely gets planted. Just barely. Nick of time. And it's Get Right down immediately inside the site. They do pull a kill back, and all that frantic play from Godsent. Flusha still wreaking havoc. That's his 3rd kill of the round. 3rd kill for the team, and with the bomb down, it's going to be enough to slow things considerably. Michael is the high HP player at 100 right now with a kit, but he's going to drop inside of the site with an AWP. Forrest has to watch from jungle and just hope that a kill is found. Michael does get JW. Flusha still, though, just has to wait at Monster. Shows face now, does do some damage to Michael. He's not even sure where it came from because he's exposed to 2 different angles, and he's got to cover his teammate. Diffusing, he's lost it. And they don't have to peek. Pronax doesn't even land the shot. It's all done. It's all gone. AWP down, and Godsent will pick up a round.
Fantastic round from Flusha there. Finds 4 kills, and that was hit or miss for Godsent at that point. Like I said, they didn't really have much to work with, expended most of the utility towards the A side. They did so much good work towards that area. I thought it was almost clear they were going towards A, but they rotated very quickly back towards B, and you could see NiP were reading it quite nicely. Freiburg drops the perfect incendiary. Godsent just go all guns blazing through it, and it came down to 1 second on that plant. Exist, I thought he'd done just enough there. It was about 7 seconds when he took down the bomber, but apparently Godsent had enough in the tank there. Michael doing some decent work on the retake, but Flusha just fating at the correct time there from Monster Tunnel. Gets the presence there, doesn't die, hides, and his teammate can do all the work from short. It's going to be round number 7 coming in now, but the full reset potential coming in for Godsent haven't got as much to work with this round. A few smokes, 2 Molotovs and 5 AKs once again. Don't seem to be reliant on the AWP at all, but Michael this time a little bit more aggressive towards bathrooms. Can't land the shot. That's the kind of ones he was famous for back in the day, but narrowly misses out there. As Forest now with a lot of pressure. His players coming from that bathroom area, and he can't actually land a shot either. Well, at this point, Godsent don't really have to work too hard, but there it is, get rather decent HE grenade.
The decent HE grenade and decent positioning inside of this bathroom. He's going to get more aggressive, though. I thought he might stick in that corner. He's going to actually show himself out toward the entrance. And Crims is getting up closer. Get Right finds another. He's pulled this back himself. Quick flash, tries to get away, fakes it out. He's going to get aggressive once more. Jumping, though, it doesn't allow the accuracy. And Crims, he'll hit the shot, and now it's back to the advantage for Godsent. 5-1 the score, but 3-2 the situation in this round. And it could be a potential back-to-back, which would be huge because reset does exist. Both players rotating over to that A site. Godsent should be able to waltz in, get a bomb plant down in this as well. There's only one kit. It's on exist. Cleared it out. Exist. Well, there goes the kit down. And Freiberg, 1 versus 3. He's going to go this direction. He can't elect to go window because he's got to pick that kit up if he wants any chance at this, but he needs to find a kill in doing so as well. Schneider, no need for him to peek from sandbags. They now hear him up toward this entrance at the jungle position, and there's the counter peek. So very straightforward. Well done, I have to say. And Get Right nearly pulls it back, but not quite.
Yeah, very close indeed. He did what he could after those first 2 frags. Michael, aggressive with that AWP, can't land the first shot, and then Forest narrowly missing out on the shot as well. Get Right gets 2 in return, but the B-sided push does take down an NiP, and it's going to be 2 in a row for Godsent now. There's some cool graffiti on the walls there, isn't it? Well, it's the force buy from NiP. 2 M4s, 3 upgraded pistols, and some head armor as well. Interestingly, going to head armor. They've got some extra grenades there, taking the risk, but it's going to be JW working towards long. A different setup for the Ninjas this time.
Oh. JW nearly had that headshot potential, but Get Right was there to bail out Michael.
Potentially with that smoke going down as well. 2 rifles available, but that HE grenade actually knocks it into the smoke, so a little bit more of a dangerous pickup there.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, that AK went the wrong direction. If you were trying to shroud that toward you, it didn't really work. But Schneider's cleared out the lower stairwell. Which does give them a little bit more control for execution, what execution they could have. There is 3 smokes available to them on the 3 players that are left alive. But look how passive NiP is. Look at the minimap.
Well, at this point,
Red Rover.
Yeah, at this point, equal exchanges is fine for this point, right? So you have to sit crossfires on the bomb site. You only need to get 1 for 1 when you have this sort of advantage. So this is absolutely fine. They can play behind the smokes. They can try and push through, deny the bomb, make things interesting. There's still 3 smokes available for Godsent, so an execution is possible. It won't be the most efficient one. They need to probably find a pick before they try and make their way to the bomb site here. You can see Flusher boosting up in the flower bed. He's by himself with a bomb as well. This could be a little bit careless of Godsent. If he does go down, that's pretty much round over. His 2 teammates working towards the short area here. Schneider leading the charge.
Schneider looking for the shot toward that back stairwell. Crims is the one to find Get Right, but his presence still felt. This Forest will get a kill off the back of his early damage, one of his own, and Michael finds Flusha to make it 6-2. And Godsent, they only had 1 member left alive in the first round. They won 3 left alive in the second, so despite that, you know, they did get back-to-back rounds, they're still not in a perfect position to buy, so they'll even their money out at around 2K. We see UMPs coming out already. Actually, they're going to go all in. I thought they were just going to level that. They go all in on this.
See what they bring to the table here once the scoreboard goes down. So it's going to be a couple of AKs, a UMP, and 2 pistols. The thing is, they can do a full B execute probably nice and early this time, and actually they know they can get into the bomb site. And it seems like it's going to be 3 players though for NiP actually towards the side of the map. We'll see whether this works out for them. Crims towards shorts, trying to find that first pick. He's only got the UMP though, so you'd expect a full execution required here. Smoking towards heaven, towards the CT entrance point, and then onto bomb site as well for the initial plant. Schneider, this time they're a little bit clever about it. He's actually watching T-spawn, so they've actually adjusted that considering Forest's position in that first gun round. So they are aware it's a possibility. They have no vision towards middle or long A. That's a problem. That's why they need to act a bit quicker, but this time at least they're watching the flanks.
Freiberg waiting for anyone to walk in from the sandbags position. Beside him is existing behind the barrels. Molotov commonly, but he'll try and use it for additional armor. Speaking of Molotovs, he'll throw one out himself toward Flusha. Now, trajectory should indicate where that came from. We see the lovely tail in the sky. He won't, but he does have his crosshair placed there. It's still going to be exist to find the kill, and Freiberg playing off of this. They're lining it all up. JW's got 1 back. That's going to force Freiberg to relocate, reconsider, and does take the bomb down. It Costs him his life in the end as JW capitalizes, but ultimately it's NiP that win the round, and that's all that matters.
Once again, it's Godsent with the very telegraph play. You can see NiP just waiting for it as well. They've had no presence towards middle. They haven't pushed anyone back along. They're going straight towards B. But once again, as soon as they throw the smokes, NiP read it very well. Incendiary's dropped. That slows them down for a good 5 or 6 seconds. Then they go in, and the crossfires have all been set up. They've got rotations coming in as well. And the problem is Godsent can't just fall back at this point. Once you have nothing on the map whatsoever, you have no idea what's lurking towards T-spawn and towards the connect area as well. So you just have to commit. And Freiburg steps up once again. It will be a full eco for Godsent. 5 clocks, no nades, no armor, nothing. Not a single thing purchased.
Well, they're starting to clear at least. If they lose to this, Days will have words to them. Not necessarily the best bounce on that Molotov, but Forrest, no armor, he can just shoot them apart. Go for it.
Okay.
Schneider just walks into that completely clothesline as this body goes horizontal before it hits the wall beside him. Michael will deny the ace by getting at least one. But it's Flusha, 11 HP, just stand there. Let it happen. Just accept it.
Let it wash over you.
Going all directions on him. And get right through the wall, why not?
Well, then the money situation for Godsent hasn't been amazing throughout this game. They will have enough for 5 AKs. So we haven't seen a single AWP on the T side at all, which is an interesting note. No one particularly stepping up either. Schneider 1 for 9, JW 2 for 10. And NiP looking pretty comfortable here so far. Haven't really been tested. It's been very mirrored rounds from Godsent every single time. This time we have the aggression though from NiP going towards those hunting positions, towards the bathrooms. No AWP this time in Michael's hands. It's going to be 5 rifles to them as well. You see Godsent working more on the wolf pack towards Connect to see if they can find initial kills there, which they actually absolutely do. They take on Get Right, 5 and 4.
Well, they still have 2 more players inside of this bathroom position right now, but they have to make this viable. They have to find trades out of this, play off of each other. Fnatic used to be very good at doing this, and the legendary Fnatic that we know, which is now a majority of Godsent. As Forrest does know that they've gone by. Yeah, and they've gone by. And, oh, watch, though. We just got a rotation back in from GW. He's hurt him, though. He's got to hit the shot, spray down. He's lost it, but he's got the reset on his aim. Unfortunately, it's just 1. It could have been so much more if not for JW's positioning.
Yeah, Forrest has been amazing getting these advantageous positions, but all of a sudden it falls apart when he repositions. But here we go then. It's going to be a beat-out attack. Can he just do anything about it? He finds 1 kill, and that's going to be towards Schneider. 3 on 3 now. The bomb's making its way towards A, though. There's no CTs there.
1 smoke left on either side, but you're right. Bomb going down on the A site with that smoke left for post plant, but it's Flusha, and he has it. He goes down. It's Michael that finds him. Pronax, in turn, immediately finds Freiburg as he lurks down below in the stairwell. That's going to mean Exist has to confront him first. It'll buy more time and space for Exist to deal with Michael who's inside of the bathrooms. And they're both playing passive angles in this. Pronax almost caught by Exist. Now, does he elect to bypass or hunt him directly out of that stairwell as Pronax goes back over? He's going to spot his feet. That'll give away his positioning. Michael found Crims. They can actually hold him out.
Yeah,
this works perfectly. Michael he goes on the bomb, and Exist just has 1 doorway to watch, and they'll pick up the round.
Oh, Godsent, it looked great for a second there, holding towards CD spawn, stopping the rotations, but they didn't account for Michael coming in. He finds 2 kills, and the bomb's down in a horrible position for the final terrorist there. This is the wallbang from Get Right, in case you missed it. That's another big round for NiP to pick up after losing that initial frag as well as Get Right that went down towards the connector. NiP hold on once more. And with the bomb planted and the lost bonus accumulating as well, Godsent can buy into this round. 5 AKs, but look at the lack of utility. 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs. That's all they've got to work for. Michael, aggressive of course towards middle, does take down Crims at the start of the round. Full back, job done. Doesn't get anything in return as well, so that's absolutely perfect for him. And now he can actually go back towards long and play more of a turret role here.
Yeah, lovely scout to take it. I mean, you talked about what Michael used to do for NiP and the differences in style between him and Alu's iteration on NiP. I think now in phase, Alu's showing a little bit more of this, but he was flashy. He was bold. He would make those fast plays, and he would find the early pick. Point in case in point. Does it there. Subject found as Michael now as well. Like you said, can play the turret. He'll go back in. He's going to watch bathrooms as well because they've actually pushed out a rifler at long. It's Forrest that's gone all the way out to the flower pot, which gives him... I don't mind a rifler being solo as long as he's passive-aggressive in that position because even if they take Michael and get inside the site, he does cover off 1 wing for a retake that really causes problems for Godsent.
Well, they'll be committing 4 players towards middle here. They don't have the execution potential at all. They have one smoke available. Michael should be able to completely mow them down here. There's one. That's a bomb dropped as well. Looking for more. Doesn't have to hunt at this point. Can wait for teammates to come in. He can fall back to bank if he wants to.
He's got 2 already in this round. Right, finds the 3rd kill onto Flusha. Bomb does get planted, but Forrest immediately comes in from behind as he wrapped back through the bathrooms, and JW, the last remaining member, gets the only kill for Godsent in that round. You said it, they didn't have a lot of utility to work with, but they did have guns, and it's another round gone away. Now, bomb plant and lost round bonus, I think, as we see all kinds of Starseries. Yeah, they're going to buy.
It's 5th stage loss bonus, and with the bomb down as well, it'll be a stronger buy than last round, actually. They'll probably have AKs, a few more smokes this time. It's $3,400 plus the 800 as well, and any kills you got actually adds to that, obviously.
Do they go? Yeah, no, they don't. I was going to say
so the thing is as well, Godsent, they seem to be limiting themselves. They have a run out of time. They're forced to make really bad decisions, or they're just going into all day with no utility whatsoever.
Watch Michaelele, though. He's already pushed up all the way into the party. Okay, it's Forrest, my mistake. I thought it was Michaelele again on the AWP, but it's Forrest pushed up very aggressively. Bomb is inside of the park. So if he actually gets in here and slips past them, okay, JW down, that's lovely. He's not going to stick around. If he actually did, it is the right call for Forrest to fall back because he doesn't know this, but if he actually, let's imagine, did stay there, he has bombed down that early in the round, Godsent's lost.
Yeah.
And, I mean, already they're down the man here. It's Schneider on 14 HP.
This.
Can't even get the boost to get.
Okay. Get wrecked.
All right, go ahead and boost. Michaelele takes the head off of Crims. The nade goes over, takes down Schneider, and it goes from bad to worse as Freiburg will take down Flusha. I love that we saw that in 3rd person.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. Godsent look pretty discombobulated right now. We expect a team with Pronax at the helm as well to be very efficient and working in a calm unit, but they seem like they've got set objective at the start of the round, and they're not really changing too much up, and they're having difficult time actually getting to the bomb site. Yeah, NiP reading them very well, dropping the incendiaries just as they're making their executions. I'd love to see something a little bit simpler from Godsent. That's where the contact plays towards B, where it is getting in there, instead of making everything very telegraphed or just doing a full-on default, not having anything left to actually execute. NiP is winning every single situation, changing it up, aggressive, defensive. Then Michael going into the AWP as well. He's actually having a great game. He's on 14 for 4. One of the best performances we've seen from him. We've seen him a couple of times in Pro League so far. And pretty quiet on the online performances, but he's getting into it right now. And this is a great start from 11-2 on the CT side of Overpass. Another force buy for Godsent. They have to at this point. They need to start winning some rounds. It should be 3 rifles, a Tech 9, and a UMP. Limited once again in terms of the grenades. Forrest putting the smoke down for his teammates. Michael going to be boosting over the smoke. He seems like he's in the zone right now. He's a confidence player for sure. Once he gets in this sort of mentality, he can start landing his shots and actually have some flair.
That flash concerns me because now they're so close. He's still behind, can't land it. He'll go down. Pronax finally gets one gifted to him. Like you say, though, confidence player, you have to admire it. And you mentioned his scoreline. Disco Doblin was putting up good numbers, so it's good to see him stepping in and filling that role because he's got to for NiP. Get right, waiting at Park sign, flashes back through. Crims. It's Pronax instead, but Schneider's found Get Right with only a 1-for-1 for NiP, which means it's still the advantage to Godsent as Freiburg tries to find something and gets caught in the open. The force buy may pay off here.
Yeah, I think you probably will. It's a 4 versus 1 now and exist pretty far removed from the situation.
Now, the one thing you can say about this is it's going to be, this is round 14. We're going to go in round 15 with a reset coming in with the win. If Exist can keep them around the bomb and at least take down 1 or 2 more, it could still be a problem in terms of utility for Godsent in the 15th round.
That's true. If you can get a couple of kills here, especially if you've had the kill onto JW, that'd be absolutely tremendous for him. So at this point, he knows he can't win the round. Seeing what's available, though. See if anyone will be exiting. If he can hold him here, that's 1 kill. That helps. So hopefully he can get a couple more here as he will go down with the ship himself.
Yeah, just keep them there. That's all he needed to do. He may get 1 more out of this. If he, I was going to say, if he could get some damage into Schneider, he's still inside the radius, but he's not enough to kill him, so he goes to 63. Exist could give away his life. They've got lots of money on the NiP side.
Yeah, absolutely. Even 1 kill at this point certainly helps him. But, like you said, we're going to round number 14 now. Oh, round number 15, okay. So it's going to be 11-3. AWP available pretty much for the first time on the Godsent side here in round number 15. You feel like that's a little bit late to the party, but hopefully it will help them get round number 4 here. I'd like to see this be a much more competitive scoreline. Forrest aggressive towards connector this time. Michael with the AWP is actually towards long.
Crims trades for Forrest at least, but it's the opening pick for NiP. Although you can say the trade favors the T side early on, it's still a man down, and it still shows to the fact that NiP are finding these fast plays on the CT side. Flush has gotten toward the sandbags. Quick little push on the minimap. You can see it now between Get Right and Michaelele. They've been working together in tandem, sitting beside each other, can play off each other, and they're going to try and take some map control away from Godsent, who does have the AWP over in this position, as with the bomb and Crims, which all of those players mentioned have smokes on them, so they have execution. In fact, everyone for Godsent, has smokes available to them, Flusha being the fourth.
4-on-4. It's JW hoping that someone does face from the CT side here, but Michaelele is actually aggressive towards the bathrooms area. Let's see whether he can come out on top of that. I think he was just about spotted there through the pixel gap. Flashbang comes over, like I said, aggressive, likes the confidence plays, and looking to challenge here.
He wants to try and push them to one side. Oh, that's not good.
What?
Tagged in the air, killed his movement speed. Crims just catches him. The Molotov, I mean, is he relying on the textures to, the little bit of smoke, the light to catch off for movement?
That's not okay.
It's not, but Get Right, he does try and, okay, spray down one in this. I thought one and done as Pronax shuffled out. It looked like he was in prime position to get the trade. He does pull that back, Get Right to make it 2, but bomb going in, immediately countered. Freiburg quickly on the scene. Who cares about the bomb plant? That's the first half done. 12 rounds for NiP.
I think there's a bit of a sigh of relief for Michaelele there after that. I was going to say he's a confidence player, but that's ambitious, I have to say at least.
I don't even think that was ambitious. I think the confidence was at the start of the peak when he flashed over, and then it was oh wait, I didn't think this through, now what?
Yep, mistakes were definitely made there, but he does have a decent performance there for sure. It's going to be Get Right leading the score charts here on the server, but Schneider, very difficult game for him. 2 kills, JW 4, Flusha 6, and no one really came to life with Pronax. You don't expect him to be topping the frag charts at all. 11 kills with him. Bit of disparity between.
I have an idea for Schneider to get more kills.
What?
If he removes that Versace that's covering his eyesight, he could probably see more people.
Probably, would certainly help. Best players, Get Right, Pronax, Get Right having a decent game there. But overall, NiP very successful first half there. After winning the pistol, it looked like Godsent, but it's very predictable in my opinion. Didn't really bring too much in terms of the tactical game. We didn't really see any serious fakes there. Any fakes that did try were heavily telegraphed and very well read by NiP. They just took them down every single time. Freiburg is just doing good work towards that B site, locking it down pretty much every time. As soon as they came towards the site, they had the incendiaries ready. They didn't expend their utility or waste it. And good flanks coming in as well. So Forrest getting behind them every time. And it was Godsent who were a little bit sloppy in my opinion. They didn't really work out. They had to watch the flanks towards the end there. Here we go, then a pistol, I'd say must win at this point for the CT side. As Godsent do go aggressive, it's going to be Flusha towards that fountain area, looking for the first pick, but it's going to be a heavy-sided B-side attack. And we have got one smoke that presumably used for the bomb site or towards heaven. 2 options there, both viable to get the bomb down. Ooh, be careful.
We both sigh. Pronax won't do that again.
Forrest very good at hitting those kind of shots.
Very. On pistols as well, Pronax. Your lucky Forrest just reset his aim. Nade over. That's okay. Tries to counter it, but as we know with the nades, they don't really wrap around walls.
Not again.
Jesus, man. Why? I mean, I get it. He's getting information, but...
Sure.
And to be fair, it is a chance shot, but it's 3's a charm, I think. Don't do it again. All right, do it again. That's fine. Feel free.
It.
All 3 of them just need to pre-aim there, and then he'll surely go down. But they're going to actually fade away from this. They will have that call made on that information. Flusha, he hits Michaelele. That's 1 shot, more than 1 shot, but 1 kill at least for Godsent out toward Long. The problem is that he's now got to be shuffled toward more T players as he gets pushed from the bathrooms and he hits Exist. Yep, he needs to find that. Get Right will trade it back, but that could have been a 4-on-4 situation for NiP as opposed to now what is a 4-on-3 is Snyder inside of the site. He's rotated over. He's got to find the kills with the P250 though still because the rotations haven't fully come in. He's blinded up. Does still manage to take down Get Right. Bomb dropped as well. Crucial. Freiburg, he's going to come back around. Tries to find one in behind the truck with the smoke covering off the back stairs. Bomb plant at least. If they can hold this down as Freiburg gets Pronax, it would get them money for the next round. They do manage it. Not only that, they've got it back to a 2 versus 2, but the HP, it's well and truly residing in the favor of Godsent.
Come on, Freiburg.
He can play this off the bomb, but that works well for Crims.
It was a nice try. The fact they even got the bomb down there was impressive nonetheless. The problem is that round, NiP, they could have got the man advantage neutralized considering they went towards Long and it looked like Flusha stuck between a rock and a hard place there. Players from Long, players from Bathroom. Exists an easy opportunity to take him down with the Glock there. Just whiffed the shots in the back and Flusha probably can't believe his luck he got to there in that situation. But Freiburg doing some decent work, finds 2 kills towards the site and a bomb planted. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Obviously, you don't need to force in this round. They have a huge lead here. Let's get the AKs out on the 3rd. full eco this round. We can get another plant down, be amazing. So it's a P250s, a smoke once again. That'll probably be used towards the site, whether it be A or B, but aggressive player from Flush Up. We'll see whether this works out.
Take this and run with it. Undercut the wind from the sails of NiP. Flush is going to wait in the open to spot anyone coming out from that stairwell. He's got the range game well in hand with that M4. Pronax continuing to work out his quads and jump off some sandbags. We're getting ever closer to this A side. A minute to work with, but looking more and more like they'll fully commit. Get right. Spawning toward the back of the APC toward Bank as well. Nearly gets caught out on the wall awkwardly, but no one peeking against him, no one to catch him. Flusher will get the opening kill finally against Freiburg, and do more than just that as he's not been countered out. Down to 21 HP though. JW is the one to step up instead. The round pretty much all but done for Forest versus a number of low HP players, to be fair, but not
Definitely
enough.
Had a chance to do something with that. 1 bullet required on 3 of them. But there it is. We said it was a must-win pistol for Godsent overall. They managed to convert it to a 2-0 so far, but this is where things get interesting. We do see the AK-47s come up for NiP. You can see them discussing the options here. It's going to be 5 AKs. They have got smokes as well, but let's see Godsent, they're prepared for this. 5 rifles in the side of the server as well. Flusher going aggressive once again, but Exist looking to shut it down. The early flashbang comes in. Smoke there as well. That allows the cities to boost up, but those grenades are pretty deadly. They've read it nicely, NiP, and have actually done significant damage towards Flusher and Schneider as well. So that certainly helps their campaign as they make their way. And there it is, Get Right, with another chance to rip off the head towards short, but no one seemed to land that shot today. I thought that was the one.
Get right. Just waiting.
I think he doesn't want to die there.
He's trying it, isn't he? The thing is, it is a bit of a timing thing. You've got to come out of Monster at the right time for the CT, for the T side. You've got to know when he's doing it, which requires commitment to just watching it. But if he continues it, there's more of a chance they're going to just sit there with a crosshair placed on it.
Well, it's Flusher with low HP towards his bathroom area as well. Forrest coming to check it, you almost guarantee that kill. You just assume so. Doesn't check it though, gets taken down. There's going to be Get Right with the return frag though. Good actual refrag from JW from short, so they have the man advantage once again. Michael Eddy towards the monster tunnel. Bomb coming in towards B as well. JW still on 100 HP on the site. M4 in hand, and the Incendiary will stop the short approach coming in for now. 35 seconds remaining. It looks like NiP will be committed towards B as they actually have got through monster tunnel, but the flashbang will slow them down.
JW is trying to dance around in the water position. We see the CTs utilize this so much. It does concede a lot of room at the front of the site, but you can swing back up and try and catch them. Not if you're dead. As JW goes down to Freiburg on the way through. A good entry kill from the NiP entry player that brings it back to 3 versus 3, plus a bomb down. So NiP now have the advantage in this. This early gun out, and problems ensue now for Godsent. They've got kits on 2 players, but they've got to find where NiP is, and they're all coming from the CT side of the map, which means no one's going to be able to push them out from this water position. But over peeking, Exist needed to find that kill. That would have been a huge problem for Michael Lele. Schneider's going to go against him. It's going to be not the FAMAS that wins. I thought nearly was, but AK does prevail down to 10 HP. That's enough. Flusha, they don't need to peek him. They'll check to make sure he's definitely not on the bomb, and that's that. Round
Definitely
over.
Not on it. Back he goes, and that's a decent play from NiP, considering they're the man disadvantage there. It's Freiburg. Believe it or not, he actually made the sickest shot ever coming into that B site. That's very advantageous. Ever. Not ever, you know what I mean. For the CTs, actually, that's a very advantageous position, and I thought that would be Flusher clearing that one up, and actually he gets his head blown off, and very nice stuff from Freiburg to get him back in the game. We talked about his form, actually, on the ascendance at the moment. We thought, okay, it's online play. It's difficult to gauge where he's at right now, but he seems... his former self, he's almost there, you know. Actually, landing shots are important, having influence on the rounds.
AWP quickly toward Monster. As they buy back into this on the Godsent side, they need to make sure they get rounds because 14 for NiP is a problem in itself, but they know that there's a chance to try and reset their money right away.
Okay, then, well, 257s comes down to JW. Currently towards see, but it's Flusher taking a headshot there through the corner of the wall, and Schneider goes down with him as well. That's going to be a get right, finds two. They are going to be committing by the looks of things. The bomb's still down towards T-spawn, though. I don't think this is required as of yet. Let's slow things down. Don't give a frag away at this stage. You've got the map control. Don't need to shove all in at this stage. Pronax trying to do what he can. Knows some work needs to be done. He could find Freiberg here, but like we said, he's on point, ready for it, and makes it a 5-on-2. And this is actually going to force Godsent to an eco next round. This could be game set match right here.
And that's kind of what I was getting at with Godsent. I mean, they could justify it in the fact that, all right, if they're on 14 rounds, it already is going to be a nightmare to climb out of it. But if they can keep them on 13 and break them, then they can get 6, 7. You start to get a game on your hands. So I can see why the mentality was there to bring out guns early, but it really wasn't all in play. With this 14 rounds unbroken.
God, no.
We say that.
Here we go.
I still don't see the round coming back to this, but bombs down. They've got to go together here. Krims has an AK picked up, but they've successfully picked that up and gone away. I imagine he won't commit too much beyond this.
Okay, I was going to say, how did you watch the bomb there? I thought something a little bit spicy could be coming in, but looks like he's saving a weapon. He probably knows the round win is out of his reach at this point.
Is there no more dance music from the club anymore in that corner?
Don't know.
I used to go save my gun there just so I could dance.
What? Okay.
RNG.
Yeah, but you can hear the typing coming in. This is like, what the hell was that?
He did strafe midair, so we know that that's a thing.
That's true.
He did counter strafe it.
You can hear them typing away.
Yeah, we can't see it, but I can only imagine. Get right. He's clearly one of the ones typing with an unimpressed look on his face. Well, either way, it's going to be 14 rounds for the Ninjas, and those sent from God will have to pray a little bit harder because they are going to be limited to just pretty much that AK-47 and 5 rounds against the 14 against them. Bit of a problem.
Decent work from Krims. 3 kills. That gives him an extra $900, and he gets an AK-47, so he can definitely help get some sort of distribution to his teammates here. This was the shot.
Yeah, he strafed it. That's the same thing everyone was talking about.
So what's the buy? I'd love to know. Here we go then. So it's 1 AK, 1 FAMAS, 3 pistols, and NiP 1 round away from match point here. This would be the time to do it, considering they have the AWP, the 4 AKs, and nice healthy buy going into this. It's their round to lose for sure. As there is a congression there towards short. Michael Eddy flashed off. Does do some damage towards Pronax. Pronax wants to keep continuing this push as well. You can see Michael Eddy, he's getting a little bit scared here. Flash is coming in, called for his teammates, and they're not really sure. I think Pronax heard all the footsteps of the supporting terrorist players there, so he's going to decide to fall back out of the situation.
And the scariest problem was about that was as well that the bomb was there.
Yeah.
It would have been fine if it was just him and they go running through and he's able to catch them maybe, but if the bomb's there and they spot it and they just stack up against it, there's no really point in allowing that risk to be a thing. So the rotation comes back over, they'll grab that bomb, they'll relocate it back over toward the A site. Michael Elliott's still just waiting in that similar position. He's shuffled over a little bit, but now the confrontation, the exchange, and Freiberg has 2, but Pronax is just slightly too much, although just barely too much. He's on 4 HP. The walking wounded.
Yeah, for sure, and that's one of the rifles dropped as well, so just up the Krims now. Managed to get 3 in the previous round and have to go 1 better here if they're going to hold on and not allow NiP to get to match points. 30 seconds remain. Bomb towards long as well. Looks like they'll be grouping up and just going all into this site, and probably will work out with JW. He could be the thorn in their side here. He gets behind them. Get right drops, and this could get interesting now as the time ticks away.
Pronax is desperately waiting.
That's the chance.
But this is going to be that point, surely, as that AK-47 carried over is joined by another one that they picked up. Maybe, hold on, just a second. Can find some kills because JW finds exist. They never really got into good post-plant positions. They know Forrest is inside of the bank. They'll smoke him off. They don't even need to go toward him. Krims is going to regardless, so they want to take that fight, but he could actually wrap around and try and isolate Michael Lilly. That obligation, that opportunity, it's passed. And Krims, he'll go that direction, but Michael, he spotted him, does good damage, and Forrest is just going to hold him in position. There's really no entry to this. So 15 for NiP and 5 still for Godsent. Exist, he applauds the efforts of his teammates. And I applaud you exist.
In the 2-on-2. Michael Ellie in that default spot towards the right there. If he got taken down with a 1-bullet headshot from JW, that could have been it. They smoked off towards bank as well. Forrest was removed, but Michael holds on. And there it is. Match point. The bell rings. And we have, once again, 4 pistols and a UMP. I don't think anyone expected this kind of scoreline, especially on overpass. NiP with the stand-in. Godsent. This new lineup. Everyone's been waiting to see what they deliver on LAN. Yesterday was a 16-3 performance against Dignitas in their favor. Now potentially dropping out 16-5 to NiP.
And a rematch with Dignitas would ensue.
True.
And
That
a
is
best
true,
of
yeah.
3. I can't imagine Dignitas will allow that kind of scoreline twice.
Sudden, I'll probably just get rid of Mirage, to be fair.
Yeah, probably not a bad shout, as you would say. It's a very nice emerald gamma Doppler, whatever they call that. Nice skin.
You can see at this point, NiP being very cautious. They are aware the money situation of Godsent. Don't want to give anything away. Keep it safe. No one go in alone. Work the map control. Let's get some positional control. Bleed them out. Make them use any nades they have. Let's work out as a scout. Maybe a UMP, which Pronax has got. And go in together. Nothing too fancy has to come into this one. A simple execution, staying together, and overwhelming them with the firepower will be enough. So you can see they've got some Molotovs here. Molotovs towards the barrels. Towards it potentially as well. And just go in together.
Quick jump. Cover off toward the catwalk. Krim's close up. Deagle in hand. Walks out. Does find one, but one's not enough, I'm afraid, when you've not got the weaponry. Pronax's position's quite clever, but Michael is going to walk in and get one. Force will follow it up. Bomb goes down, and congratulations on NiP. You'll join Heroic as the second team to advance through to the playoffs, as Schneider found as well. Flusha. Just go stand in the Molotov. Either way, they'll spray through. They all know you're there. That smoke, those flames, it's pretty obvious, and that's going to do it. Michael finds the last kill. Fitting as well. He's had a good game. But NiP moved through, so go relax for the rest of the day, and even into the tomorrow's quarters, I think they would play, I guess they play a second game, so they would play relatively early on again, but they've got basically a full day to prepare for that.
Yeah, interesting result there for me. The T side of Godsent, it was lackluster. It lacked innovation. They weren't watching their flanks, basics of the map itself. They weren't really employing. The defaults for them weren't really actually equating to any picks, and their executions, they were forgetting to hold flanks. They were actually living it themselves with very little time to get in towards bomb site set. There's a lot of errors on the T side overall. And when they swapped over to CT, the damage had been done. They lost 12-3 already. They won a pistol, made it competitive, at least the scoreline. But for me, that game was finished after the first half.
And testament to the fact that travel kind of kills your sense of timeline. The quarterfinals are actually on Saturday, so they would have all of tomorrow off now. Yeah. So they got lots of time to prepare. I was thinking that in my head, but I couldn't work that out. I thought it was Friday. It's not. It's Thursday.
There you go.
So, either way, excellent game from NiP, and I'm sure the desk will break down a significant portion of it for us. They always do. They do. Good that we have good segments here to do that as well, good lengthy segments, but overpass, I mean, that's impressive from NiP in that regard.
For sure. It's a map we're not used to seeing them on in these big tournaments. They always veto it out. It's a map they can play, but they try and stay away from it. I was surprised with Michael here as well. I can't imagine they've had that much time to play a map they don't really use traditionally anyway, but it seems like he stepped up. He was actually one of the influential players, especially in that first half. He was finding picks all over the map. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to NiP. And yeah, we're going to see Godsent drop down and refacing Dignitas, which is actually quite a tantalizing prospect. I don't think Dignitas will allow that scoreline to come in again. They seem like they found some form now. Their bigger players are starting to step up. I think that best of 3 will go the whole distance. Yeah,
but if you respect ban Mirage early, that means you let through your normal primary ban in a best of 3. So it does become an interesting proposition. But that said, we'll take a short break and join back in with Paul on the desk.
Gaming Bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2, make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO, guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Getting tired of playing with the usual skins, but don't have enough money to buy a new one? Get rich fast with CSGoFast.com. CSGO Fast. It's a strong chance of winning in every game. Several rooms with different game modes. Daily, more than 1,000 games, 5,000 players, and 25,000 skins at stake. You don't need much in order to sweep the board.